We're just thrilled to be here today. It feels like it was yesterday. We came to this small town to pay tribute to Lieutenant Eugene and show appreciation to his family. And we're so glad we came. And look at this today. We built such a unique bond and a friendship. If we have not come, we would not be here today. So life has, amazing experience. And we just need to open up to the opportunity life has presented to us. So, and today, what a great way to celebrate Memorial Day, to pay tribute to heroes who fought for freedom, who defended America, who defended China. We really appreciate this opportunity. Thank you, Meryl and Bill, for inviting us. And thank John, Brian, Tim, for you guys to come here. And thank you guys from our Asian community. And we gather together, take this opportunity to come. Thank you guys. And first, I would like to invite Mayor John to say a few words. And then Brian, will you guys say a few words?
I'm not used to that. I can't say much more than what you said, except from our standpoint, how we're so proud that you have come to Concord to celebrate the lives of these gentlemen that we look at here, particularly Lieutenant Oxford. Growing up with his family, knowing his mother and father, his nephews, growing up with them, I have a deep bond with Lieutenant Oxford, even though I never knew him. He was my father's age, and the story that came out of all this that I never knew until this all happened last year, and then to see all of you that have the connection with China here to help us celebrate this really warms our hearts here in Concord. We are only a very small town of 350, so you're making up a big portion of that population right here with you coming. But you'll find this a very friendly town and very accepting to people that we don't know that come in to get to meet them. And so we thank you for doing this in any way that I would love to invite you back at any point. We're trying to put together events that we might partner up with Johns Creek or your community to come to Concord to some of our festivals or things that we have here in town. But we'd love to have you and love to see you here. And from the people of Concord, thank you for coming.
Thank you. I didn't know I was going to do a speech today, but I'm just amazed at the story of Lieutenant Oxford, and I'm amazed that this many years later that the people from China, from that area, and even beyond, just still, I was just talking a few minutes ago how that the story of John and those like him, Lieutenant Oxford and those like him are still so held in such high esteem there, and we're how the bond that we have for each other, and we're so thankful. We're thankful for you coming today to our small town. We're thankful that you remember Lieutenant Oxford and his sacrifice, especially this weekend today. And we're thankful for the family that has come to remember, and we want to let you know how much we appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. This all got started. I want Frankie and Miss Ping. Mr. Ping?
Yeah.
Can you tell us just real quick how this kind of got the ball rolling? Frankie asked me not to bring him up here, but I did anyway. This kind of got the ball rolling several years ago.
Oh, that started over there.
He wants you to stand up.
Yeah.
My English is
That's
very
okay.
limited.
You just don't say to you. He
You stand here
wants
and
to
look
say
pretty.
Frankie, tell the story.
You had bought a building or sold a building?
Sold a building.
Okay.
And Mr. Ping and I were talking while the lawyers were doing their paperwork. And I told the story of a little relationship with China, that our small community was going to have the remains of Lieutenant Oxford come in and be reinterred. And so Ms. Su Ping was very interested. So I sent her stuff from Becky, links and all. And while she was in China, she was reading them. And then she came back and said, "I'm so sorry I missed the funeral." because they had brought the body down. And I said, no, that's not the funeral, that's the procession. Funeral is on Sunday. So between Thursday afternoon and Sunday morning, this is the lady who got the word out to all the people,
not really just the community.
to her Chinese community, and there were as many Chinese people or more than there were Caucasian people. So I think that's how Jay said this.
there were 350
She
Chinese.
brought them in. So,
Yeah.
so she is the one. She is the one that we have to thank for this
Thank you
friendship.
so much.
Well, thank y'all. Yeah.
She's the one. She's humble.
No, we're twins, remember? We're twins.
Thank y'all for coming down today. I also want to thank the city of Concord. The way I understand it, the Chinese lettering on the, for putting the lettering on the sign out there, was well done. So thank you. And thank everybody. Have a safe trip home. And I made some contacts. I'm Facebook friends with Nancy, so I keep up with her on Facebook. So new relationships and new friends. So thank y'all very much for coming down, and we hope to see y'all again real soon.
And I want to say something
Yes,
right
ma'am.
quick.
Yeah.
You know, you think about things, and most of us are Christians. I don't know what all of you are, but you know, we're supposed to thank God for everything, good or bad. Back then, when they lost their son, I mean, think how horrible it was. But he gave his life for y'all and for us. And now, if they had found his body back then, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be friends. But we are friends. So we thank God for that.
I think, you know, what brought us, I have been thinking, you know, this community, this bond is very unique and just something I would not have planned or imagined. And at the end, I feel like it's the gratitude and the humanity that have brought us together. And that Thursday, when the news went out, well, I think I learned about the news on Saturday night. I was reading some WeChat news, and then I thought, I had some plans on Sunday. Then I thought, what is a better way to spend my Sunday? There's a World War II hero funeral. So I made my decision. It's 2 hours drive. It's in Georgia. I think many of us came with the same feeling. I want to be there to pay tribute, to show respect to a World War hero. So that's why we're here today again. Yeah, next I would like to invite City Councilman Jay Lin, our community leader, to say a few words, and President of Atlanta Chinese Professionals, Zhang Bing, next.
I think we all have heard, all gave some gave all. Lieutenant Eugene Oxford was one of the fallen soldiers who has given all. And we're honored to be here today to pay respect. And with Chinese communities, so for last year, I was not able to be here last year through a conflict, but I'm so glad to be here today, and especially in this special weekend, Memorial Day's weekend. It's the weekend that we supposed to remember those who have sacrificed and died for their country and to protect the freedom and liberty of this country. And for us, the first generation immigrant, has a special meaning. I think we all came here because this is country of freedom, country of liberty, country of opportunity. So on behalf of Chinese community, I just want to say thank you for having us here. I think in the future that our friendship between the two cultures and two people group will getting better and better. Thank you very much.
Well, first of all, thank you, Meryl and Bill, and thank you for having us today. And on behalf of the Chinese community in the Metro Atlanta area, and I think this is such a great way for us to remember our heroes in the past. And like Jaylene mentioned, some give some and some give it all. We really have to cherish what he brought us today. You know, the love between the two countries, the people between the two countries, and the friendship we can build over the years. You know, when I first kind of got involved last year when we had that event at Wang Fan's place. That's when we first time met. And then Fu Zi, who was helping behind the scenes to put this event together, I would like to thank him and thank everyone who has put your time together to make such a great, memorable event. That's a very, very much a blessing for us to be here together. And before I left for China, end of April, last month, I had talked to Fu Zi about, a potential plan to have the families travel to China. So while I was on the trip, I started thinking, who should we talk to start setting the path? I want to tell a personal story. My father is one of the well-known photographers in China, and he's 70 years old already. But in the past 30 years, every year he go to one of the poorest village in China. That whole village is full of World War II soldiers who doesn't want to move to the city. So they've been living in that village to have a simple life, in their whole life. So every year when he go back, there are less and less people because they are all aging and they all reach over 90 years old. Every year growing up, I saw all those pictures. He actually has taken those heroes' images throughout the whole world, to do the tour exhibition. So if I could do anything for the family, to maybe even to meet with those soldiers who have fought together, I think that's, quite different than just meeting with the officials or see, China as part of the trip. So thank you.
Becky is the editor of Pipe County Times. She is a journalist and she has followed this story all the way to today. I'm so grateful you're here today.
She's been with us since day one.
I am so thankful. I am grateful to family and to new friends. Thank you for letting me follow this story. It's amazing. It's been truly amazing. And I'll continue to follow it and let people know your story, our story, Lieutenant Oxford's story. Thank you very much.
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity that we can all be together as friends, as new acquaintances, that we come together as one in our humanity, that as we look at this grave of Lieutenant Oxford and what he's done to bring us together, and the tragedy that happened to him, but what he's meant to us, and bringing us together is profound. We know it's your will that we do this. Please be with us today as we make this honor of memorializing our veterans through this weekend, the sacrifices that they made so that we may live a free society. Bless us. Give us direction for Essex in Christ's name.